Yes, please do. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Let's go ahead and begin by loosening up the shoulders, and we'll do some big circles here. And remember, this is your time to really check in to see how you're feeling. Often we move through the day and we kind of get used to those tight joints, right? And we just either live with it or we just ignore it. So and stop and change direction. You know what? I'm going to ask you guys to mute yourself. Sorry, I can hear you. Let me see if I can. And I'm going to mute all. There we go. Let's switch to one arm. We'll do a big circle here. And go ahead and follow that hand around so that your spine becomes involved here. So you follow it around. And stop and change direction. Now, you guys may tell me otherwise, but what I'm reading is that a lot of these illnesses that we associate with aging, that's switching to the other side, we assume, as soon as we get older, then we know this is going to start happening. But what I'm hearing is that it doesn't have to be that way. That if you eat healthy, if you take care of your body, you don't have to experience some of these illnesses that we associate with age. Go ahead and change direction. That you're not destined, right?
I hate to do that. Age-related this, and age-related that. Yeah.
And so then you're not motivated to be proactive, right? Because you think it's going to happen anyway, but it's not true. And go ahead and rest both hands on your knees. And let's work on our neck. So we're going to keep our body facing forward, and let's look over one shoulder. Bring the head forward, look over the other shoulder. And so don't give up, right?
Nope. You like Bob. I would say it's not the age, it's the mileage.
And that's how you live, right? And bring your head forward. Let's look up and extend that chin up and look down. And up and down. And bring your head back to neutral. Nice. Let's go ahead and tilt one ear towards your shoulder, but don't let that shoulder rise up. So your hands are still resting on your legs. Tilt that head down. And then lift that ear that's facing the ceiling, lift that ear up. And now we're going to take that same hand and extend it out and feel that stretch across the shoulder. So this stretch is actually opening up the vagus nerve. This nerve runs from the base of the skull all the way down to the intestines. And go ahead and bring that hand back in, raise your head up. Let's do the other side. So tilt that ear towards the shoulder, but don't let the shoulder rise up. And then the ear that's pointing towards the ceiling, lift it up. And take that other hand, pointing it down. Feel a stretch all the way across the neck. And bring that arm back in, bring that head back up. Nice, good job. All right, let's go ahead and do our spine now. So I'm going to come up to the front so I have a little bit more mobility. Hands are still resting on the knees. Pull the body forward and look up. Push that body back, rounding the back, looking down. And this is our cat-cow. And you don't want to rush through this, right? You really want to feel any tightness in the spine. Any areas where there might be flow. Moving back and forth. Any areas that you feel flow, that you feel openness, allow that area to grow. Letting go of any areas that are tight. As you pull your belly forward, feel that stretch across the front of your body, across your chest. Pull those shoulder blades together. And then as you curl the other way, bring that chin all the way to the chest. Feel that stretch all the way down the back. And bring your body upright. Nice. All right. Let's do our spine in a circular motion. So lift that rib cage up and let's create a circle. And this circle is initiated with the ribs, right? So visualize those ribs moving around, not the shoulders. The shoulders are following, but the energy is starting from the rib cage. And so now we're loosening up the spine, but we're doing a nice circular motion. This keeps you strong from side to side. And change direction. Remember, we talked a little bit about how often when we fall, it's to the side. So we want to keep that mobility. And do one more full circle, bringing your body back to the center. And raise up. Nice, good job. All right, go ahead and hang on to your chair so that you feel nice and stable. We're going to lift that opposite arm up and we're going to lean over. As you do that, opposite hip wants to rise up, push it down. Push that hip down as you reach as far as you can. And I'm really laying on this other arm so I can get a nice stretch across the side of my body. And let's come back, let's do the other side. So hang onto that chair, lift that arm up and lean over. Don't let that hip rise up, push it down, really stretch. Push as far as you can with that hand, feel that stretch all the way down the side of the body. And let's go back to that first position. Hang on, raising your arm and leaning over. Take your palm, push that palm up. My right hand is lifting up, so I'm going to take that same leg and extend it out. And pull it all back in. Nice, let's do the other side. And lean over, push your palm up. You might feel the stretch shift if your palm was facing down. Now you lift it up, you might feel underneath the arm opening up and take that same leg, extend it out. Feel that stretch all the way across the hip, all the way down the leg. And pull it back in. Here you get a curly horse. That one, that's the hard spot for you. All right, let's go ahead.
Feels good.
It does feel good, but if it's really tight, it could cause a little spasm. It causes pain for sure. So let's go ahead and loosen up our knees a bit. So I'm going to scoot back so that my knees can be free as I swing my legs. You might feel some popping, some release inside here. And switch to circles. You got to practice those exercises that we went through. Make sure they stay nice and limber. And change direction. Let's go ahead and move down to the ankles. And so now I'm doing circles with just the ankle. Get some popping going on, change direction. And let's flex and point. Flex and point. You can hear me popping. And go ahead and rest. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and extend those arms out. We're going to start with some small circles, get those arms warmed up. Let's go ahead and visualize that you've got some heavy kettlebells. Go ahead and grab those kettlebells. Hopefully your energy has changed to match that. If you can really visualize that you've got those heavy weights, the mind doesn't know the difference, right? And so visualize you've got these heavy kettlebells. Let's move up into medium-sized circles. Still carrying those heavy balls. Keep your muscles nice and tight, because if you don't, you're going to let go of that heavy kettlebell. And move to large circles. And stop at the bottom. Go ahead and release those weights. Open those hands up. Change direction. Bring those palms up so that they're facing upwards as you go. Energy goes from the chest all the way out. And we'll move to medium-sized circles. And to small circles. Turn those palms up. Makes it a little more challenging. I know. And turn those palms down. And pull those arms in. Good job. Woo, nice, good work. Remember, nice toned shoulders. You got deltoid muscles popping right here. All right, bring yourself up to the front so that you've got a little more flexibility in your movement. Make sure there's nothing by your feet. All right. We're going to move our hands and our feet together. And so I'm going to push up as I do. My legs are going to push out. And then I'm going to pull it back in. When you pull your hands and your feet back in, feel everything crunching at your core, right? So we're going to be working our whole body in this exercise here. So we open up, pull it in. Let's do 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull it in. Now feel that all pulling into your core, lifting your pelvic floor, lifting, pulling everything in. Open those arms out. Now, as you open those arms out, the legs are going to raise up. So I had to scoot back just a bit so I could lift those legs up. And so open up everything again. This time for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Bringing myself back to the edge. I'm going to reach across my body, just like we did in that stretch. Visualize that there's this rope hanging from the ceiling. You're going to reach up and grab it. So my hands are open as I reach up, grab it, making that fist, pulling it down, filling all of your core, pulling in with it. And we're going to do 5 to the one side, 5 to the other side. 1, other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I wasn't clear. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Let's add our feet. So I'm going to work my feet, move them in. Now, as I reach across, that one leg's going to come out and pull it together. Reach across, that opposite foot comes out, pull it back in. Let's do this, 5 on each side. So we'll go up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, pulling it in. Good job. All right. Let's go ahead, bring our trays up. So my hands are flexed as much as they can be. So this flex actually helps to open up this area of the wrist here, which is why we're flexing so much. We're going to push up towards the ceiling. As we do one leg is going to raise up, lower back down, then we'll alternate do the other leg. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's put those hands to the side again. Flex them as much as you can. So now you're going to feel it across your pinky, maybe your ring finger, as you flex as much as you're able to. Pull the shoulder blades so they're trying to touch each other, pushing that wall out. And this time we're going to lift one foot straight out, and then we'll alternate to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Nice. Shake those hands out. All right. Okay. Let's find our weights. And Shelly's out there with her big 5-pounders. We're going to start with our bicep curl. So these first exercises, actually, we could use the heavier weights if you choose to. I'm going to sit at the edge just because I want my body to work a little harder by keeping my core nice and tight. If today you're feeling a little tired, you can sit back and let the chair carry you. But let's tuck that belly in, tuck your tailbone underneath to keep your back nice and strong. Palms facing me. We're going to curl up for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to put our forearms down on our legs. So I heard today that we had some concerns with our fingers, our wrist, our grip. So we're going to go ahead and roll those weights almost till they're ready to fall, but don't let them fall. curl them back up. And as you curl, try to like pull it so it's going to touch the forearm, roll it back out. And you can do this on your own count, maybe for 3 or 5, depending on where you're feeling today. These are really tiny muscles in here. When you're done, go ahead and bring your body back up. All right. This time we're going to add a variation to our bicep curl. We're going to curl up, lift those elbows, open the door. Once we've reached out as far as we can, we're going to close the door, lower the elbows back to the starting position. As I bring my hands down, you want to keep that belly, that abdomen nice and tight. Let's do this for a count of 8. 1. Open up those doors. 2. 3. 4. 5. You guys are doing good. 6. 7. Almost there. 8. And relax. Nice. Good job. Let's put those forearms back on our knees. I'm going to have one palm up, one palm down. And then this is just a slight little twist, right? So then I'm just going to alternate. So the other palm is up, other palm is down. And just switch back and forth. This is going to work on those little muscles in the forearm. So my wrist is actually tight. And what's twisting, what I feel is this little muscle right here. And go ahead and bring your body back up. Rest those hands onto the knees, palms facing me. Last move with our bicep curls. Let's add another variation. So we're going to curl up, open that door up. From here, let's close the door, but close the door out in front of you. Hands lift back up as you lower back down to that starting position. Nice and easy, right? Let's go ahead and curl up, opening the door. Let's close that door out in front of you and lower back down. That was 1. We're going to do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 6. Open up, close that door, palms up. You feel like your abs really kick in when you do this move right here, right? Yes. All right, turn those weights so that they're facing you. We'll do our bicep curls with our palms facing in. My hands are sweating. Let's do this for a count of 10. Curl up. 1, push them back down. 2, 3, get resistance both ways. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way back down. Nice. Whew. Our next move is going to be for a count of 8. Let's add a variation. So we're going to curl up to our shoulders. Once we hit our shoulders, let's push up towards the ceiling. Lower back down. Now, as you lower, don't just let them fall. Really use these muscles right here to lower down that weight back to your shoulders. Push these weights back to your knees. Let's do this for 8. 1, push it up, lower back down, push back towards the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5. I know. 6, 7, 8, And take a breath. Actually, I would love to take a picture of you. So Vessel Health has a Facebook page, and I think it'd be nice to like take pictures of you guys. You guys are awesome examples of what happens if you keep your body moving, right? No matter what age, as long as you keep working out, you can stay young, young at heart, young in your body too. All right. So last one, we're gonna curl up, push up. From here, we're gonna open up into our goddess arms, right? And let's just go ahead and close that door back to the start. So we're gonna push, curl up, down into goddess, close, push down. And you guys just did one. We'll do 6. 1, push up all the way up, down into goddess, close those arms back to the start. 2, into goddess. 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one, nice and strong. Push up, hold it in goddess. Squeeze it together. Push it back down. Nice, good job. Go ahead and set those weights down so you can shake those arms out, releasing any stiffness, any tightness that might have built up. You feel it in your neck? Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll do something for the neck. Go ahead and let those hands rest at your side. And we're going to pull those shoulders up to our ears with the weights and then drop it back down. Pull them up, drop them back down. Let's do 10. That was 2. This is 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Pull them way down. 8. 9. 10. Hold it up just a bit. Try to touch those earlobes. You might feel a lot of tension in there. While they're up, go ahead and look to the right and look to the left. A little tight there, right? Drop them down as low as you can. Pull them as far away from the ears as you're able to. And look to the right and look to the left. Come back to center. Go ahead and bring those weights back down. Shake those arms out. So in yoga, we have this practice where you breathe in. Like, so we usually take a breath in through our nose, through our mouth, but you could visualize that you could take a breath into that tight spot, right? So visualize that breath moving into that tightness. And with your exhale, visualize that breath pulling out and taking with it that tightness, that soreness. So you can breathe into that tension, exhale out, softening that tension. All right, go ahead and come to the front of your chair. Let's put our weights one on each leg. My weights right now are facing my body, so my palms are facing each hip. From this position here, I'm gonna push up towards the sky, come back down. Push up, come back down. Let's do this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down. Nice. All right. We're going to add a little variation. I'm going to push up and then I'm going to push down. And you have a choice. You don't have to lean over. You can just turn and let the arms go out. If you want to add a little extra tension on the side, the lateral muscles there, you can tilt it down before you bring it back up. Let's do 5 to one side just to start with. Up, down, 2, down, 3, 4, 5. Let's try the other side. 1 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down, and come back to your hips. Nice. We're going to do the move we did without the weights. Well, I push up, and as I push up, that same leg is going to come out, bring it back in. Let's do 5 to one side. So go ahead and pick a side that feels good for you. As you pull that leg back in, visualize everything coming back to the center of your body, right? Our goal is to stay nice and taut and strong. So keep that core nice and strong. Let's do 5. 1, pull it all in. 2, pull it in. 3, 4, 5. Good job. Let's do the other side. 1, pull it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. And take a breath in. All right. So I kind of felt that on my back. So I'm going to lean forward just a bit to soften the muscles in my back. If you need to like kind of wiggle the shoulders or let your body hang. You shouldn't be feeling pain during this, right? Or any tightness. If you start to feel that, breathe into those spaces, feel those muscles start to soften. And bring your body back up. Nice. Sparky, I meant to print that sheet and I didn't this morning.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so,
Hang on to it.
yeah, so
Share that.
yeah, so Sparky sent me a little handout that kind of just as a reminder that we should feel a little bit of maybe some stiffness, some soreness, but not pain, right? There's a difference.
There's a difference between prolonged pain and this soreness.
Yes, yes. And so we want to make sure that when we work out, we're keeping our bodies protected. So, all right, let's drop those weights to the side. We're going to do our airplane where we lift up and hold it and back down. So this is a difficult one because we're using the little muscles here. So you may need to shift your weights or you don't have to use weights at all if you don't want to. And let's lift up. So feet are flat on the ground. Make sure you've got a nice strong position. And so my shoulders are directly over my hips and my knees are directly out from my hips. I've got a nice strong position. And then my legs, my ankles are directly beneath my knees. All right, let's lift up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax your shoulders. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And go ahead and let those weights rest. Shake those arms out. So you shouldn't feel tension moving up all the way up the neck to the ears, right? So breathe in or move them, twist the neck, make sure you're staying nice and relaxed. All right, let's add a variation. So this variation is going to look very simple. We're just going to bring them up to our airplane, flip those palms so they're facing up. But notice when you flip up how your abs will become engaged. Turn them and drop back down. We'll do this for 8. 1, twist and down. 2, 3. Doing okay with your thumbs?
Yeah,
4,
I switched to my lighter weights now.
5, 6, 7. Last one. 8, nice and strong. Can you hold that just for a moment? Yeah, that one's tough. And down. Go ahead and put those weights down, shake those arms out. Whew. That one really challenges the bicep. But you notice when you really tune into your body, how many other muscles want to jump in to help, right? Yeah. And that's good. We want to work together. We want to work in unison. We just have to be aware of them. All right, last move. We're going to do a count of 6. We're going to add one more variation. So you're going to lift those arms up in airplanes, switch those palms so they're facing up. Slowly go up over your head. Please be careful not to drop the weights onto your head. Back down, twist all the way back down. This is going to be for a count of 6. You don't have to use weights if you don't want to. 1, all the way up, and back down. 2, check in, make sure your abs are nice and strong. 3, 4, 5, almost there. This is tough. Last one. 6. Oh. And check those arms out. Good job. I can tell that one arm is stronger than the other. I feel a little warmth in one side too. Shake those shoulders out. Breathe into any tightness. Relax those muscles in the shoulders and the neck. All right. Let's go ahead and put your feet out in front of you and rest those hands on top of those knees. Deep breath in. All right. We're going to lift those weights straight out in front of us and back down. We'll do this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you hold it just for a moment? Tuck your belly in and lower back down. Nice. Okay, so our next move is going to have just a subtle addition to it. So we're going to bring those arms up. From here, you're going to push your palms towards me. Curl them back down before you lower. And it looks real simple, but now we're going to engage these little muscles right here in the forearms. All right. This is for a count of 8. So lift up. 1, palms towards me. Twist back down. 2, palms towards me. 3, 4, 5, 6, almost there. 7, 8, palms towards me, curl back down. All right, let's shake those wrists up. Good job. We'll come back to that starting position. This time I'm going to lift one arm up and I'm going to go higher than my midpoint, right? So I'm going to go as high as that feels comfortable. Maybe for you that's straight up, maybe it's at an angle, or maybe it's just a little higher than parallel. When that one comes down, the other hand's going to switch and take its place. And we're going to do the scissors. So let's start both hands down. Let's do this for 8. 1, one arm comes up. 2, switch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back down. Nice. Felt a little bit up here in the shoulders, right? All right. Our next move, we're going to start at the midpoint. One hand's going to come up, other's going to come down. Come back to the midpoint, and then we alternate. So now we're having to hold it out here. This is going to add some extra tension on the abs because the abs have to work to keep those arms out there. So we're going to do 8. Go ahead and push it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the center and release. Nice. Shake those arms out. Good job. I actually felt tension in my eyeballs.
So looking at us.
I don't know. Everything's connected. So, all right. I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit. So our next move, I got my hands on my knees. Palms are facing down. I'm going to take one weight, go all the way up, just like we did when we were stretching. I'm going to follow it with my body. Tap the back of my chair. Bring that weight all the way back and tap my knee. And so I had to scoot up a little closer so that I don't touch the back of the wall. And so this might look different for you. My arms are going to go super close to my ears. But if your shoulders are tight, your arm might be out just a bit. And that's okay. And if you need to, you can lead with the elbow. We're opening up the shoulder here and we're tapping and we're coming back. All right. Yeah, with the shoulders. So if your shoulder, so what you can do is lead with the elbow so that you feel that opening. If that feels better than lifting up. And so we're not using so much of the deltoid, we're using more of the stronger muscles. So you can kind of fill into that. Let's do one side to start with, and we'll just do 5. 1, all the way up. Tap, all the way back. 2. 3. 4. 5. This move here is good for different sports, if you do different sports that you're playing. or recovering from. Let's do the other side. And your arms might be different. So maybe one side you had to lead with your elbow and one side you don't have to, or vice versa. Let's do the other side for 5. 1. Tap. Ooh, nice pop there. 2. 3. 4. 5. And back. Nice. All right. Rest those hands on your knees. We're going to work on the muscles in the back. And so it looks like I'm using my biceps, and I am. I'm going to use my biceps and my triceps to pull these weights back. But I want you to focus on the muscles that are pulling the scapula back and pull those shoulder blades as if they're going to touch each other. And then we're going to push back down to our knees. Let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to touch those shoulder blades. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back to your knees. All right. If you need to rotate those around, stretch them out, breathe into any tightness. Don't let that tightness, the tension to move up the neck. Relax those shoulders. Okay, we're going to raise them up. We're going to do that alternating. So one's going to come back, and then when it moves forward, the other one comes back. So watch to make sure you don't hit the back of your chair if you need to move forward. And let's do this for 8. So let's start in the middle, pulling back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back to the start. Nice. You might have felt your breath catch whenever you're twisting. You get a little bit of push on the lungs there. All right, let's work on our core. So I'm going to go ahead and put my weights next to my body. My feet are in front of me, and I'm going to make sure that, again, that my ankles are beneath my knees. I kind of move them out. My knees are about hip distance. I'm going to lean forward. In this move here, I'm going to tighten my glutes. I'm going to tighten my pelvic floor, my sphincter. I'm going to pull everything up, and it's going to bring my body in an upward position. Let's pull up for 10. 1, pull everything up, back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pulling in everything on the inside. 7, 8, 9, 10. You should feel everything tucked up inside of you. Nice. Let's open those legs just a bit. I'm going to go back forward, drop those weights down. This time I'm going to bring my body all the way up, tap the shoulders with my weights, and come back down. Now you have some options here. You could push with your legs, but I'm going to ask you to still use these core muscles to pull your body up. So let's go ahead and lift up for a count of 10. 1, tap those shoulders back down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look good. 6, 7, 8. Make sure your abs are nice and tucked. 9, almost there. Last one. 10, all the way up. Touch those shoulder blades all the way back down. Go ahead and let those weights rest on the ground. Bring your body up and take a deep breath in. And let it go. Relax your shoulders. Good job. All right. So we've been working our core. Let's start moving down into our legs. So we're going to do that same move. No, don't do that. So, so now when we bring our body up, I'm going to tell you to use your legs, and you're going to feel it on the back of your hamstrings here. So I'm going to bring my body down. This time as I raise up, I'm going to push my feet into the earth. So push your body into the earth as you lift up, and now you're going to feel it not in your lower back, not in your abs. You're going to feel it on the back of your legs. And let's do this for 10. 1, push with your feet. 2, push in with your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there. 8, 9, last one, 10, push. And let's go ahead and set those weights down to the side. And we're going to start working our legs. So set them back so that you don't accidentally kick them. And let's take a deep breath in, find our balance, find our one center again. All right. So we're going to widen our legs. So now my legs are a little wider. My feet are wider than my chair. And I'm going to push into the ground. So push into the ground with your feet. And you should feel your thighs engaged. So put your hands on your thighs. Do you feel your thighs engaged? Because you're pushing down, pushing down. Push down a little harder. So you don't even need any weights. All you do is using your muscles to push into the earth. You should feel your thighs engaged here. And release. All right. So I'm going to pull my feet in just a bit because this time when I push down, I'm going to raise my body up just a bit. And so now I'm just a little bit off my chair, but I'm going to do that same thing where I'm going to push so I can feel not only my thighs, but my inside thighs engaged. So let's go ahead and find that position where you can lift up, push, and let's push. Put your hands here so you can feel that engagement. Lift your shoulders so that they're over your hips and not leaning forward.
Oh.
I know. And lower back down. Nice. Go ahead and bring those feet in. Good job. You need like a little TENS machine.
Massage therapist.
Yeah.
Just somebody to massage it while you're working.
Yeah. There's that thunder gun. There's that special gun.
Yeah, chiropractors have those.
Yes. I bought one for my girlfriend and it kind of, yeah.
I had a TENS machine once.
All right, so I'm gonna be using my legs to stand up, and so what I'd like to have you do, I know, is pull your feet in. So now my ankles are back behind my knees, and this helps with my balance. I'm actually going to use my heavy head to lean forward, and once it gets so far that I feel my hip lifting, I'm going to push against my feet and lift my body up. So I'm not using my hands if I don't have to stand up. I'm only using my legs to stand up. Our legs are big and strong, right? Let's lower back down. Take your hips, push your hips backwards. And your head may drop a little bit, but push your hips back. We're not gonna find that chair yet. We're gonna hold this so that our legs are building up some strength and some stamina. And then find that chair back down. Nice. So if you think about it, if you use your hands to get up, the energy from your hands is actually moving down, but you want your energy to move up. So we're actually counteracting the movement that we want. So that's why it's good to practice not pushing down. We just need to rely on these strong legs. And part of that isn't your strength, it's just balance. It's just finding that balance point. So tuck those feet in. Lean your head forward till you find that balance point, right? Push with your feet, push with those big muscles in your legs. Let's go all the way up to standing. Lift up towards the ceiling. Lift a little higher. Feel your abdomen open up. And let's come back down nice and slow. Start to bend the knees. Let's take those hips, push those hips back. Your head comes down, but your hips are going as far back as you are able to. And hold this position. We're going to build those muscles in the legs, right? We're going to build that stamina so that you don't need your arms to get up. This will help you get up off the floor. Hold those positions as long as you can. If you can't, go ahead and find that seat. If you're able to hold it a little bit longer. And find that chair. Woo, good work. Nice job. Good job. All right. We want strong legs, right? They're going to be holding us up for the rest of our life. So All right. Okay, lift that rib cage up, lift those shoulders up and back, hands are on your hips. We're gonna step over that dog. So Kevin hasn't done this yet, but we've got these big dogs that just came into the room here, and you've got one laying next to you. So you're gonna have to step over it, tap the ground, and come back. And let's step over one side for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can tell you've worked your muscles, huh? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that dog switched places. Let's do the other side. 1, he's fast. 2, 3. Some of you have bigger dogs. 4, 5. Some of you have snakes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back to center. All right. So I noticed that when I do this, I have this tendency to want to crawl forward. So I am going to use my hands on my legs to hold my body upright. So now I've got 2 dogs. Both legs are going to go out. Both legs are going to come in. And let's do this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back to center. Nice. All right. Let's stay on the edge of our chair. If you need to, you can lean back and use the back of the chair. But what we're going to do is lift those feet up. I'm going to lift them up super slow and lower them back down. Now, if we just swing them, there's a lot of momentum here. But if we're raising them slow, the abs kick in. And we hold it up there. Point and flex, just to kind of keep our legs in this position just for a few moments here. And then we're going to just slowly lower it back down. Feel your thighs engaged. And we'll do it one more time. Lift up. Check your body, make sure your spine is straight. You can just do whatever you want, just to kind of keep the mind engaged as you're holding those legs up, working those thigh muscles. And slowly lower back down. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and put our hands on our shoulders. We're going to take our elbow to our opposite knee and lower back down. So again, we're working this side, but we're also going to engage our abs now. And let's do this for a count of 10, and we'll do right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, both sides. Open those arms up. Now we're going to lift that foot up, tap our toe back down, and we'll alternate, right? And you know we love crossing our body, right? Because whenever we cross our midline, we're actually making connections in the hemispheres of the brain. Let's do this for 10. 1, both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring those arms into goalposts. I'm going to do my mountain climber. So I'm going to pick one side. I'm going to lift that knee, touch that single elbow back down. Let's do 10 on the one side and 10 on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, let's switch it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring your body back to forward, but keep those arms in goalposts. I know you're getting tired here. Let's visualize that you have this big ball in front of you, and we're going to squish that ball. Once we've got it in front of us, visualize that you've got rubber bands holding your hands together. You have to pull them apart. And we're just going to do this for a count of 5. 1, squish, pull apart. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squish, pull apart, open those arms up, and release. Nice, good job. Whew. Go ahead and move those shoulders, shake those arms out. All right. I want you to visualize that you have this ball in front of you. Go ahead and hold onto that ball. You can put your hands on the top and the bottom. You can put them side to side. Maybe you even feel a little stickiness in there, or maybe there's some heat. Now that I've said it, you might be able to feel heat. Do you feel something in the middle there?
Yeah, the dog's been dumbing.
Is your dog, left some dog hair there or something? Or maybe doggy breath.
Slobber.
Some slobber. All right. So we're going to take this ball and we're going to take it into a figure 8. And so you can see why we want to hang on to this ball. It really stretches the sides of your body. But again, as we move in this direction, this figure 8, it crosses the midline. Donna Eden, who is this famous energy healer, says that this figure 8 energy energizes the body, right? It moves the energy within the body. And this is the motion or the direction that that energy wants to flow. And so go ahead and stop in the middle. We're going to change direction. Still holding on to that ball, changing direction. A little challenging for the mind. We're going to stop in the middle. Now I'm going to take the ball on one hand and I'm going to take it all the way behind me. When I get to this side, I switch hands into the other side. Nice way to stretch the end of the workout. But visualize that you have that ball. This is also part of Qigong. Great way to reduce stress. We focus our energy on something outside of ourselves, such as this ball. But the energy is also within us. One last time, all the way around, right in the center. Push that energy towards me. Round your back. Still stretching that energy towards me. Push those palms, push through the palms of your hands, rounding the back just a bit more, pulling those shoulders as far forward as you're able to. And now take those hands behind you. And maybe you're going to go behind the chair, or maybe you're going to scoot up. If you're able to, go ahead and touch those hands together. Try to touch those shoulder blades. Roll the shoulders up and down and look up. And bring your body back to a neutral position. Nice. Let's do a nice figure 4 before we head out. Go ahead and put one one ankle up on your knee. Get those body parts confused. Lift that rib cage up and let's lean forward. Remember to breathe into any tightness. Visualize that you could breathe right into that spot. With an exhale, see if you can lower just a bit more. If you can't, just visualize yourself relaxing. And bring your body upright. Go ahead and let that leg cross. We're going to do a spinal twist here. So go ahead and grab the back of your chair, look behind. And come back forward. Let's look the other way. And come back forward. Go ahead and uncross those legs. Let's do the other side. Ankle on your knee. Lift that rib cage up and let's lean forward. You might feel tighter on one side than the other. That's pretty normal. Breathe into that tightness. And see if you can relax just a bit. Back should be straight. Don't let the back curl. You should not feel a stretch across your back. It should only be in your hips. And come on up. Go ahead and let that leg cross. We'll do another spinal twist here. Go ahead and grab the back of the chair. Look behind you. And come back forward. Let's look the other direction. Come back forward. Go ahead and uncross those legs. We'll do one last stretch. We did work our wrist a little bit today. So let's go ahead and stretch them out. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, turn your palms towards me. Lift them up towards the ceiling, pushing up. Feel your abs open up just a bit. And go ahead and bring them back towards me. Push that energy towards me. Turn your palms so they're facing each other. Go ahead and close those fingers and still a small figure 8, opening up the wrist just a bit. Kind of watch which direction you're going because you know I'm going to make you switch and change direction. Good. I know. So do the way that you feels comfortable and kind of watch it, right? So I'm leading with this thumb that my thumbs seem to lead. So when I stop, now I'm going to lead with my pinkies. Lead with my pinkies.
Okay.
That's just.
We don't always work well in reverse. As children, we do things, but as adults, we don't often. It's good to practice things in reverse direction. Challenges the mind just a bit. All right, shake those fingers out. All right, good job, guys.